Vitality are closing in on Liquid's unbreakable win streak, and it chose the perfect victim. 6 years ago, Liquid ruled Counter-Strike with an iron fist, a 23-match win streak and the fastest Grand Slam ever, an era that looked unbreakable. But now the tables have turned. Vitality's run has been unstoppable, and if they beat Liquid today, they rewrite history with an 18-game rampage, knocking on the doors of an era that once seemed untouchable, and making Vitality win streak the third highest ever. This match saw insane clutches from Vitality, amazing takes, and one team proving why 2025 will be their year. The question isn't just who wins, but if Liquid can stop Vitality from erasing everything they once built. Liquid are up 2-0, and it's the first proper bye round, meaning if Vitality can win this round, this will be their chance to tie this game up, as Liquid are low on cash, while if Liquid wins this round, they could start with a 4-0 lead as Vitality has used most of their funds to buy into this round. So it's a crucial round for both teams. Liquid starts the round with 2 players on A side, with one on top of Hot and the other up in Heaven, and this is a very proactive setup, as the Hot player will mainly hold towards Hot, and the Heaven player has the job of looking doors, as well as being the first player to rotate to outside or ramp if needed. But the reason you can play like this from sight is that if Vitality wants to run out of the door, they will need to use a nade, maybe even a smoke and a flash, just to take this part, and this gives the play away, as well as this whole spot here is blocked by a door, so opening it gives it away as well. So here, leaving it open for now makes sense. Then Liquid sends Naf to ramp, and here he will use a smoke to drop down to B and go secret, as these smokes give Liquid around 18 seconds to play and work around the fact that ramp is open. And this smoke is used as it's highly unlikely that a team will push through the smoke. Then Liquid will have their last 2 players outside using some utility for free chip damage, and here one will be in main to hold for anything happening towards door and can easily help towards outside if needed, and the last outside player after using utility will fall back here, and it's a very passive all-around setup for Liquid. Vitality are going for 1 player outside who will take some utility to the chin before falling back from outside. Then Vitality will have 1 on silo and the last 3 towards the lobby, with 1 going ramp holding the smoke and the 2 other here, in a very passive setup. So how can Vitality break through? As with this setup Liquid are going for, it's not giving Vitality any openings early. And let's be honest, the T-side and nuke only works by getting early kills and map control, and Vitality are not getting any of it. Something is happening. With the smoke timer going low in ramp, Liquid has to send 1 player to ramp to hold it, as Naf now has full on secret control. So who do you send? Either the Heaven player or 1 from outside. As Liquid are passive outside and Vitality are using a lot of utility towards the door, it makes sense to send 1 of the outside players to ramp, as Naf has basically taken the role of a second outside player, and here on this rotation we can see Nerds go super passive outside, and this allows Flamesy to drop on top of main, and Vitality goes for some outside smokes. And let's talk about this crucial main take. Taking main with no A-side control is crucial, as this gives the T all but 1 entry to A-side as they don't have Heaven control. So here Vitality will smoke like this outside to create a wall that makes it harder for any outside players to see what is happening towards main, as well as this garage smoke here that is a bit deeper than the usual one to make sure Liquid can't hide here. And to make it all fit together, a door player will molotov towards main like this, creating this opening here to force any main players to the side and a free kill for Flamesy. But as Liquid has gotten full on secret control, Flamesy has to worry about it, right? Well, he does not, as the final piece of this take is Apex in this off angle here, holding for any secret pushes trying to deal with Flamesy and the drop, and Vitality has 1 main control. And here it's a double push, with Flamesy trying to kill the outside player, and here he steps into his own molotov that he threw to make sure no players would be here towards credit, so he could later take it. While Vitality will run towards ramp with 3 players and the trades are in, and it's quickly a 4v4. On the side take, Vitality breaks the glass and Rops walks in, and his goal is to get here, as it's a good spot to catch any CTs off guard, and look at this team play. While Rops walks down to get into the corner, Saiwu opens the door to take the attention away from Rops and direct it to him, if any CTs are going to double doors. And this nets Rops 2 kills, just like that. Insane spray and great play, as if Liquid would have pushed the door, kill. Rops had the backstab, as well as Saiwu has so many angles to play from if Rops would have fallen without getting any kills. But there's one more reason. When opening the door, they go both ways. So opening the door from sight, the door will open like this, and you ruin the far back peek from the CTs, and force them to peek closer, allowing Rops to see them before they can see him. And we can see Sihu goes and closes the door before peeking, putting him in the disadvantage. and Liquid are forced to save.
Getting past ultimate over on ramp, this scrambles the rotates for Team Liquid. 2 players down here already, 1 drop in the vent, 1 through secret. Robs ready to lock it all down. That is a beautiful transfer.
These videos takes ages to make and produce as I'm a solo team doing all the work. So sub, comment and like on the video really makes the work worth it. Thank you so much and back to the video. Early on we see Liquid find an amazing opening, from being better and going for a nice tactic. Vitality has used some outside smokes, and here the common counterplay to the outside smoke is to nade it open. So here Vitality waits for the nade, and it comes, and then they walk out. But here Liquid, the geniuses, goes for another nade to break the smoke like this, and Ultimate can find the first kill and open the round up for Liquid. But Liquid are not done. Ultimate saw at least 1 more player outside and wants to go for another kill. And here he wants to peek when the smoke fades. And here Liquid will use another nade like this to use the nade particles to allow Ultimate to re-peek middle and find 1 more kill. And just like that, Liquid are up in a 5v3. So how can Vitality win this back? What about using the sun? Counter-Strike 2 has given us the chance to see our own shadow, something that was not possible in Counter-Strike Go. As you could see other players' shadow, but not your own. But even though we can see our own shadow, we are still not aware of it. And look at this from Robs. He sees 1 shadow moving, and this gives away Shihu's position, and sets Robs up for an easy kill. And here he finds the first kill for Vitality. But Robs walks back and goes to the door, and here he tries to walk out of the door to catch a timing on the smoke. Liquid throws, and he is found, and quickly it's a 2v4. Twist feeling it with a 8-0 start or 18 KD. But he overpeaks, as he walks into the smoke and hopes for Vitality to overlook him, and here he is found, and quickly this 4v2 is now a 3v2, and looking way more doable from Vitality, as Liquid are fully split up with 1 in main, 1 in heaven, and the last player in ramp. Vitality smokes off main, and here on the timing, Nerds peeks out before it bloom and can find Saru, leaving it all up to Flamesy in a 1v3. Flamesy goes for this plant here, and this makes Ultimate trying to hit a lucky jiggle, and Flamesy now knows where 2 out of 3 players are, and Liquid just drops the ball in so many ways. First they allow Flamesy to get here towards the door, and this is a way better angle than he used to have, and this will make the retake so much harder. Then it's a spacing, with Nerds leaving main, and Liquid having no idea where Flamesy is. They will try to win back main, and here Flamesy finds both kills, and Ultimate, who was amazing in the start, while he has 15 HP and has to drop from heaven to win this round for his team. And Flamesy is perfect, clearing his angles with the jiggles, and wins the clutch. And this was the fire Vitality needed.
Repositions. Oh, Flames crashed with it! Oh god! Flames! 3 kills on his way to this clutch. Ultimate now, the one that didn't want to fight, the one that didn't believe, left up in this. And Flames plays him like a fiddle. That is a thing of beauty. No Liquid to extinguish these flames. Vitality.
We're now in round 12, and as we can see, Vitality are up 7-4, and really wants to beat Liquid and get closer to that win streak record, as Liquid's record is the only one you can really beat, as the NIP one will never be beaten, unless I have to do something about it. So it all starts outside, and here Vitality has understood a crucial opening in the game plan of Liquid on Nuke CT side, and that is main. Main is not really a position teams place these days. It's rather to have 2 players outside, and 1 is closer to main to help A site, or you have 1 more player holding door from hut or second vent, and then he moves into main if he is smoked or pushed. So Liquid either have no players in main, or keeps 1 player there who usually will have to rotate off quite frequently. And this is what Vitality wants to exploit. And here Vitality uses 3 smokes outside to limit the main player and force him to reposition towards outside. And here Apex will walk through the smoke, and why can he do this? Well, Liquid have in the later rounds of the half been giving away secret to Vitality and allowed Apex to keep on walking down secret. And with this reposition from both main and outside players, we can see that is what they are worried about. Not a crazy Frenchman running outside, but Ultimate's third sense kicks in, as all Polish men have. When they know they can find a shot, they will. Did you get it? If not, here's another way to make them mad. Russia invented vodka. And here after missing the first shot, he gets the kill on the second shot, and Liquid has the opening. Can he convert this to a round then? Saivu is fast to trade, as with this kill outside, the main player walked back and did not expect Saivu, and quickly it's a 4v4. Flamesy pushing outside has gone unspotted, as after Ultimate killed Apex, he has moved into this way more passive angle after the main player died, and Flamesy walks up on him and finds the second kill, and Vitality are up from a 4v5 to a 4v3. And the last nail for this round is ramp, as here Naf finds Robs, but can't kill the low player, and Naf needed 1 more kill to make this ramp hold perfect. By the way, Cyvu sees the game like this, in game codes, and not like us. And here he takes his angle in lobby, that is perfect, as he goes unchecked while he waits for his teammate in heaven to drop down to site, and Cyvu finds Sihu, leaving it all to Nerds, and Vitality takes another round, and a great lead of 8-4.
Oh, he's got great position, but he's running. Flames is hearing all these steps right now in spawn. Meanwhile, they were almost about to hit that A site. Flames, great position, ultimate scoping up, and he misses a shot up close. Flames runs him down, and now we have that heaven control available. Naf on ramp does squeeze a shot, but he needed 2 here.
Liquid went for a fast play towards A, and here it went sour as Vitality found 3 kills for no deaths. So how is it now a 2v2? Well, after the rush, Vitality's setup fell flat, as they are very placed in solo angles, meaning angles no other teammate can really hold from and help you from. And we can see this when Flamesy falls, as no players can help him. Then both Heaven players are repositioning, and in the open, and quickly it's a 2v2, and to be fair, the Heaven players just went for a bad play. Nef goes for the plant, but wants to fake it. And here Robs, with the knife out, finds an amazing opening, as he can sneak to Hot from ramp, and Nerds just miss the timing of him. But it seemed like Nef knows. How? Robs doesn't really make any steps, so this is just a lucky guess, as they usually know Robs will be in ramp, and with 2 players in Heaven, it's very likely the ramp player comes from lobby. But Nef can't convert the kill, and it's only Nerds left in a crucial 1v2. As if he loses it, Vitality will have a 10-4 lead at minimum, while if he wins it, Liquid will only be 1 full buy round away from tying up this game. And by that, I mean if Liquid wins the pistol round, and the save the round after, they will have to win 1 full buy from Vitality to force them to save again. And just like that, Liquid will have 4 more rounds and tie up the game 8-8. Hut gets smoked off, and Nerds has to now retrieve the bomb and figure out where Vitality last 2 players are. All he knows is that Apex was spotted in Heaven with dual Berettas and Robs in Hut. Is this enough to win the round? Vitality misplays it. After the Hut smoke, Robs decides to stay in Hut, while Apex goes to hold the door. And here they are splitting up, giving Nerds 2 1v1 fights, the perfect opportunity for him to shine. And here he finds Apex, as if you miss the first few shots with the dual Berettas, it's so unforgiving. Robs repositions to backside, and in this off angle, as it holds for the Hut peek out, as well as when you peek out Hut as the T, you will have to clear so many angles, and it's easy to forget to check where Robs is. And he finds the kill and secures the round for Vitality.
Liquid at every turn.
This slowdown is nice because it makes Robs paranoid. He has to consider every option. He could be getting flanked from Heaven. There's everything available, but eventually Nerds has got to force this play.
I want to see if that paranoia sets in.
Doesn't look like he hasn't even
it's going to be a real credit to the Rops read on this situation if he never even looks up into the heavens. There's not been a moment in this 1v1 that he has considered that Nerds committed to that rap. Rops reads him like a book.
Round 16 and Vitality are running away with this game, with a lead of 7 rounds as the score is 11-4. And it looks like Liquid are buying in whatever they can just to make sure Vitality can't get match point. As being down 4-12 is a death blow, as you have to be perfect for 8 rounds just to see overtime. So here Liquid are buying up a Tech-9, 2 SMGs and 2 rifles, while Vitality has 1 SMG, 3 rifles and 1 op. So how will it go? Liquid goes for some smokes outside to allow them the chance to go secret, but more importantly to allow them to push closer to take more close range fights against Vitality, as their guns and chance of winning this round skyrockets the closer they can get. And look here, these outside smoke forces Vitality to send a lot of players to watch it, with 1 A player going into main to hold for any close crosses, then the Heaven player fully watching this outside walkout, and the last outside player using a lot of nades to break the smoke and delay any pushes. And quickly it's only 1 player really holding A site. But it all goes wrong for Liquid. Why? Well, Sihu tries to break the smoke and ends up killing his own teammate. And this break then creates an opening for Flamesy in main to look into the broken smoke and find 1 more kill. And it's a 3v5, not ideal. But with only 1 player holding A site, door is open. And here Liquid pushes out of the door and finds the trade on Flamesy, as Flamesy had to gamble of where Liquid would come from. And he guessed that the smoke in main was the most obvious spot, and he is found. Then Sihu needs to do something, and here finds an amazing opening that allows him to walk up here where he can find a Heaven player. And just like that, Liquid has won back a lot of the advantage. But they forget Vitality still had 1 more player outside, and Apex gets the trade fast. But Liquid are still down, but it's only by 1 player. Messi alone does the 1 mistake around positioning you can never do, and he does not do it on purpose, as he wanted to reposition. But the mistake he does is to go for an angle where you're open for 2 other angles. And look how much he struggles by knowing where to even hold, and he is found. And quickly this great 5v3 from Vitality is now a 2v2. Apex solo peeking is found, and it's Robs left versus 2 Liquid players. And now I want to break down the perfect 1v2 from Heaven. The main few issues for Heaven as a clutch spot is that it's open from a lot of angles, which allows you to peek most angles while falling back, but opens you up for a lot of spots. Meaning from Heaven, if you have to clutch from there, you have to first figure out how the T's are playing. The second issue is the drop, as it can only be done without taking damage by jumping onto this door, this box, or top of sight here. So how will Rops do this? Well, Rops uses a nade and it misses, and this gives away his position. And this makes ultimate focus Heaven. And here Rops does a silent drop. Yes, that is possible. So let's break it down. Well, look here, by reducing velocity in a drop, you make it silent. In some cases, it's just a length from where you are to your next spot to drop. Then you can do a crouch drop like this to reduce the length, but none of these works on the Heaven drop as it's just too far, unless there is a way to reduce the velocity of the fall. And that is why Rops, while dropping, hits the wall here and then lands on the door sliding off it. And like that, you will have the silent drop from Heaven. And Ultimate, who is waiting for the sound of Rops dropping, is not ready. And Rops makes it a very doable 1v1, as well as now that he is down, he has the advantage with the new position. As Naf with a mech 10 has to clear so much to find Rops. And on the drop, Rops spots Naf and forces Naf to fall back. And this 1v1 just got interesting, and it's a crucial round for both teams.
Oh, the silent drop! Oh, he's so grimy! Rops in the 1v1 now. Naf just putting distance between himself and this last man, but Rops trying to get all the info he can here. Oh, this is so smart. He didn't react early.
It's all about the...
No, he hears this. Rops hears this. That's why he's moving around. He's trying to just stay in range. Rops, this is the grimiest 1v2 ever. The silent drop. The reposition for the footsteps. Rops is a mastermind.
Yeah.